for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled. To 15. At their own 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pryor. Pass completed to Stephen Carlson. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 7-yard gain on the play. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pryor. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a game matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Check it back.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Steps away to his left.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
7, Vikings nothing. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Fields throw complete there to Smith-Schuster.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. On play action, Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Here's Fields on the sneak. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bears will extend their lead. Well, there was no secret there. They were in goal line formation. They wanted to pound it in on 4th and goal, and they did just that.
And how about the challenge? That's a challenge to the offensive line, which they eagerly accept. I haven't met a lineman yet that doesn't want to run the ball more than throw it because they get to fire out and really smack someone. And, boy, they got it done. I'm sure they were encouraging them on the sideline. Let's go, and let's run the ball as well. And they put it in for 6.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Pryor.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over.
line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. That's complete. It's Collins. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Mixon with a first down carry. Powers through him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Fields flushed out right. To Mixon on the check down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising, but they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Hiking 18. Think you gonna get this, boys? You think you gonna get this?
Throwing on first down. Pryor. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Second and 10. To throw is Fields. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Pryor. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On first down, it's Fields. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. The reception to Whalen. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields as the first half is winding down. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Vikings 7. Cairo Santos to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
tighten up. 56, Mike. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 3 buzz. 56.
A final shot before break. Pryor. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by the time we have to
leave the booth.
Fields on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Bears 42, Vikings 7. Cairo Santos to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Off the play fake. Pryor. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st down, Pryor eluding the pressure right. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. Bring it. Out street.
Cook following the penalty. Open space inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Check, 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 check. 70 Lion.
Looking to throw. Pryor. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, check 20. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Again, it's Cook. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Panther 60. Panther 60. Yeah. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Smash. Check.
They'll run for it. Cook. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
40's Mike. Baby, come on, let's go. Deuce.
From his goal line here, Fields dumps it off to Mixon. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Complete to Joe Mixon. It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
On 1st down, Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Check. 40's the mic. Check 26. Check 26.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields
forced out to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Another one caught by Collins. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Fields. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
On 1st down, it's Cook. Cook able to escape, and he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Check. 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 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Tempo. Hey, pick your game up.
Off play action. Pryor rolling to his right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Back to throw. Pryor flush to his right. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
You ain't got nothing. 19 Tiger.
Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
To throw on 2nd down. Pryor. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And look at this, they come right back with a big shot downfield. Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Santos now to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Score Bears 49, Vikings 14. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 1st and 10, Pryor. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Looking to throw. Pryor. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Pryor. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's.
Off the play fake. Pryor. They'll roll him out right. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
A nice little juke. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
They'll run with Cook. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and...
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. They find some open field here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Bears 56, Vikings 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On the carry, it's Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Pryor. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Tight end left, tight end left. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check that, street. 99. Kill.
Operating from the gun, Pryor going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Looking to throw. Pryor. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Shrugs him off. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.